It's tough to summarize what Klay Thompson meant to the Golden State Warriors. In fact, even Stephen Curry and everyone within the walls of the organization have trouble expressing Thompson's value to the dynasty Golden State built. But the 2024-25 NBA season is here, and the Warriors have shifted their focus to the task at hand, remaining relevant in the championship conversation. To say that the Warriors have been true title contenders over the last few seasons would be a stretch. The belief of winning still remains, yet struggles have loomed large over a franchise nobody could take down at full strength from 2015 to 2019. Although the Warriors have a championship banner from 2022 hanging in the rafters of Chase Center, a title only this team believed they could win, the last two seasons have been filled with more questions about the future constantly appearing. Despite not landing a superstar in free agency or in off-season trade discussions, Curry believes the new-look Warriors can be a threat early on.
If you're not the team that's holding the title at the end of the year, and even I'm sure they were thinking about it, Boston was like, you always are trying to get better. I think we're in that position where we can be a relevant team early and give ourselves a chance to compete and then assess where we are, because that's what every team has to go through. We just have the shadow of, to your point, like the expectations that we're supposed to be in that conversation. I want to win, and I know everybody in the locker room wants to do their part to help make it happen, so that's how we're approaching the season.
The idea of the Warriors adding another star was the talk of the town throughout the summer. Thompson leaving left a bittersweet taste in the mouths of Golden State fans. At the same time, the idea of moving on to a new star next to Curry and Draymond Green was something that sounded much more appealing, especially if said player was George or Markkanen. If there is one organization that has never been shy to leverage assets and make win-now moves on the trade market, it has been the Warriors. But that was under Bob Myers' leadership and not Mike Dunleavy Jr., who has done a fantastic job of filling the gaps that have existed on this roster. It is not easy to be a championship organization, and it is certainly not easy to accomplish the feat the Warriors did of winning 4 titles in 8 years. But before we go further, let me introduce you to today's sponsor, Fume. Have you heard that the flavored air category is quickly becoming the leading alternative to vaping and smoking? It's a whole new movement towards better habits, and that's where Fume comes in. What would happen if you, dropped a vape from 40,000 feet in the air? Well, you might want to find out once you've tried Fume. What if you had a terrible habit that you just wanted to kick? Well, what if I was to tell you there's a better alternative that helps you kick your bad habit in an enjoyable way? Something you can take out with you. Fume is an award-winning flavored air device. Fume draws flavor to your mouth. Fume fills the void ditching a bad habit can leave. You still have something to reach for. Fume has served over 300,000 customers, and you can be the next success story. For a limited time, use my code SWISHCENTRAL to get your free topper. It's the perfect accessory to your Fume device. Slip it onto the mouthpiece for a softer, warmer feel. It's chewable for those who love to fidget, and it's reusable. Head to tryfume.com, that's tryfum.com, and use code SWISHCENTRAL or scan the QR code on screen to get your free Fume topper when you order your journey pack today. Now back to the video. Dunleavy and owner Joe Lacob have navigated major tax implications to put their team in a position to still compete at the highest level possible. This is something Curry and Green respect due to Dunleavy's creativity in adding proven, experienced players to the roster.
I like the way the job Mike's done with reconfiguring the roster. I thought Mike did it and Joe and this organization, they did an incredible job of not panicking. In the moment where you feel like, you miss out on the guy or two, most people go make a bad deal because everyone around the world, the microscope that's always on this organization for the last 10 years, it's still there. And everyone around has thoughts about what this team should look like, the makeup of the roster, who they think should be on the roster. And to see them stand pat and say, no, we're going to pluck away. We're going to sign a Buddy Hield. We're going to sign a DeAnthony Melton. We're going to sign a Kyle Anderson and just pluck away and chip away at it. I thought that was incredible. You know, sometimes the best deal you can make is to not make a deal. And I think, you know, we did a great job in going out and getting pieces that's going to help this team grow, that will allow young guys opportunity to grow, and yet keeping the future of this organization as bright as it's ever been.
Change is inevitable every offseason for every single team in the NBA. Whether it's by way of trades or signings in free agency, every team always looks a little bit or a lot different when the new season begins. When you look back at the Warriors' success throughout the last decade, it is clear to see that their championship journeys have not only been defined by the play of Curry, Thompson, and Green, but the veterans that filled key needs of the franchise off the bench. As the Warriors prepare for the 2024-25 season, Curry recognizes a similar trend that Dunleavy and this team's front office have followed regarding Hield, Melton, and Anderson stepping in to fill the gaps.
When Draymond was in here earlier, he said that in some ways the new additions, the new vets coming in is somewhat reminiscent of 3 years ago when Otto and Gary and Nemanja came in. Do you see similarities there, and what do you think of the roster as it is right now?
Yeah, very similar for sure. That's a good comparison. Guys that have been around the league in different situations and I think fit the style that we try to play, even though we do need to evolve and have a different look on offense and defense. We've had 2 years of kind of some stagnant ball at times, but still enough that we're convinced that we can be a good team.
Curry and the Warriors changed the way teams around the league played. Now it's Golden State's turn to adapt in order for their championship hopes to survive, with their new group of veterans entering the mix.
The good news is, I'm coming into this training camp with an open mind of how we're supposed to play. I know there's a Warrior mentality and culture of how we do things. There's a system that we ran for a decade plus that has worked. Doesn't necessarily mean that's how this team needs to play. We have to have kind of antennas up on and an openness to accept what this team's strengths are, what our weaknesses are, and kind of lean into those. And that's including our youth, because we need them to play at an extremely high level for us to be the team we want to be.
Now that Thompson is with the Mavs, the focus of attention for Golden State is now cast on Wiggins, as he's once again the key to them being able to remain in the championship picture. Wiggins is entering his 6th season with the Warriors, assuming you count the short stint he spent with the team after he was traded to Golden State from Minnesota during the 2019-20 season. Throughout the years, Wiggins has been a beacon of brilliance for the organization because of his two-way play. He was instrumental in the Warriors being able to win their championship in 2022 against the Boston Celtics. Since that moment of winning a title and earning a $109 million contract extension, Wiggins has not been one of the most productive players on the team. This is due to a multitude of factors, none more than personal family issues that he has dealt with over the last 2 years. While it's always hard to move on from issues that exist off the court, Wiggins is determined to find himself again and be the all-star talent he was during the 2021-22 season. After all, the Warriors will be hosting the 2025 NBA All-Star Game, and Wiggins has made it his personal goal to earn his second All-Star honors this upcoming year. Along with Wiggins, Jonathan Kuminga and Kevon Looney also hold important roles as it relates to the Warriors as a whole improving during the 2024-25 season. Whereas Kuminga is continuing to grow as an athletic and lengthy two-way player on the wing entering his 4th season, Looney is set to see himself evolve into a different player as he enters his 10th season on the court with the organization. While it may come as a surprise to many due to his presence in the paint, Looney is prepared to step out on the perimeter and show that he can do a lot more than score on the interior and rebound.
I shot a lot more threes, probably 400, 500 every day. In the past, I would shoot some, but that wasn't my focus. I would just do light spotting, but I'm still not going to be out there hunting threes. Like, I'm not going to be out there like Clay or somebody, but I just want to be able to, when the time has come to space the floor, to be able to make an open shot.
Steve Kerr and Golden State have put a point of emphasis on having more versatile, well-rounded players, and Looney is going to do whatever it takes to remain in the nightly rotations and ensure success for his team. The Warriors believe that the moves made this offseason have set the course for what will be a successful 2024-25 season. After missing the playoffs last year and claiming an Olympic gold medal for the first time in his basketball career over the summer, Curry is determined to see his team when it matters most. Hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Drop a like and subscribe to our channel for more amazing NBA content.